In Japan, expressing love through words is not common, even within families. The roots go deep into Japanese history, especially during the samurai era where emotional restraint was seen as strength. This stoicism shaped the cultural norms of today. The Japanese language itself has very few casual ways to say, "I love you." Aishiteru is so heavy and poetic, it's rarely used, even between couples. Instead, love is shown through responsibilities, silent sacrifices, and respect. A mother waking up at 5 a.m. to prepare her child's bento, that is love. But this silence can have side effects. Many young people feel emotionally disconnected from their families. Experts say this lack of verbal affirmation can cause long-term emotional confusion. Is Japan preserving emotional strength, or avoiding emotional connection? Would you feel loved if no one ever said the words? In Japan, most families grow up this way. Parents provide, support, and guide, but rarely say, "Aishiteru." The culture values actions over emotional words. Love is seen in daily acts, making food, buying favorite items, or working long hours. But children sometimes grow up confused. Do my parents love me? There's a growing gap between generations. Older people think saying, "I love you," is unnecessary, while younger Japanese feel emotionally distant. Compared to Western cultures where verbal affirmation is common, Japan feels emotionally reserved. But is saying, "I love you," really necessary, or are we just used to hearing it? This is a culture where silence says everything, or does it? I never heard, "I love you," until I left home. That's a common line from young Japanese adults. One girl recalls how her father worked 2 jobs, never missed a school event, yet never once said, "I love you." As a child, she mistook this silence for absence of love. But as she matured, she realized it was just a cultural norm. In Japanese families, actions replace words. Her mom made her lunch every day with a smiley face in the rice. Her dad stayed up late fixing her broken school bag. These moments were love, just unspoken. After traveling abroad, she realized how Western families talk about emotions openly, even casually. It made her reflect, did her parents love her less? Or just differently? In Japan, love isn't spoken, it's lived. This phrase describes the nation's unique way of expressing deep emotions. Culturally, words like, "I love you," are seen as heavy, almost sacred. Instead of expressing emotions through language, Japanese people often use actions, preparing a warm bath, remembering a favorite treat, or staying silent during tough times as a form of support. Concepts like gaman, enduring without complaint, and enryo, holding back for others, are deeply embedded in the culture. But does this emotional restraint come with a price? Many young people feel they lack emotional closeness. Some even say, "I just wanted to hear it once." Can unspoken love truly replace verbal connection? The history of Japanese emotional restraint goes back centuries, starting from the samurai era. Under the Bushido Code, emotions were considered a weakness. Men were expected to die without crying, women to sacrifice silently. This mindset carried into the modern salaryman culture. Even today, Japanese fathers rarely express love in words. Providing financially is their way of showing care. Mothers, too, often serve in silence, managing the home with quiet dedication. Over time, this emotional distance became normal. But mental health concerns and rising youth depression are forcing society to reevaluate. Can Japan maintain its traditions while becoming more emotionally open? Or will the culture continue to prize silence over sincerity? Some people think the Japanese avoid saying, "I love you," because of language, but it's more than that. The Japanese language has many ways to show affection: suki, "I like you," daisuki, "I like you a lot," and aishiteru, deep, poetic love. But aishiteru is so intense, it's rarely spoken, even among married couples. In Japan, saying something too directly is seen as awkward or even rude. So love is implied, in gestures, not phrases. For Westerners, this can feel emotionally cold. But for the Japanese, love is deeply felt, just not loudly spoken. This makes us question, is love universal, or shaped by language and culture? 3 generations. 3 lifetimes. Not one, I love you, spoken. Many Japanese families have never exchanged these words, not even during marriage, parenting, or death. Grandparents who lived through war learned to survive without emotional expression. Their children inherited that mindset. And now, the youngest generation is struggling. With global exposure and internet culture, youth now crave emotional expression. Some are breaking the cycle, saying, I love you, to their parents, and receiving confused stares. Still, change is coming. Slowly. One brave voice in a silent household can echo for generations. But the question remains, is love less real if it's not said? Japan has one of the world's highest rates of loneliness and elderly dying alone, a growing crisis tied to emotional silence. The pressure to suppress feelings starts from childhood. Don't cry. Don't talk back. Don't burden others. Over time, people forget how to express love, fear, or sadness. This creates invisible walls inside homes, relationships, and even minds. Mental health struggles like depression, anxiety, and hikikomori, social withdrawal, are rising. Younger Japanese want to change. They tweet, I love you, or share it in texts, but still find it hard to say in person. Will Japan's emotional walls come down, or grow taller with time?